So the question is, how important is rest, and how do you figure that into your exercise regimen? And for that matter, physical therapy treatments even. How do we figure that into a recovery from injury? Rest becomes a really important part of a training regimen. If we don't have adequate rest, our bodies can't rebuild and then strengthen. And so they've done a lot of studies to figure out what's the right amount of rest, and you can play around with that a bit, but generally speaking, if your heart rate is elevated in the morning when you're at rest, when you wake up first thing in the morning, your heart rate's a little bit elevated and you're involved in a pretty heavy, intensive exercise regimen, you ought to take some time and recover and rest. Of course, the problem with inadequate rest is development of injury, and that can happen very easily if we push ourselves too hard without adequate rest. And so it's important to listen to your body and understand, get a feel for, muscles that might start hurting as you're doing more running or cycling or whatever the exercise regimen is. As you start to develop pain in a joint, things like that, it's important to listen to your body and rest. Now, rest can be relative rest. So if you're running and you're developing some pain, in your knee or something, patellar tendonitis, something like that, it's okay to rest that by doing another form of exercise. And oftentimes that relative rest will also provide different muscles in the area to strengthen. It'll provide an opportunity for them to strengthen and provide support for those muscles that are taking too much of a beating. In therapy, we usually recommend a rest period in between therapy visits and in between exercise regimens that we provide for our patients. And so we may have someone do their exercise regimen 3 times a week and then alternating with other activities that are therapeutic, but not necessarily beating up the muscles that are involved. It's important to get more sleep too when you're going through an aggressive exercise regimen or when you're building an exercise regimen. And the rule of thumb that I've heard bandied about is if you have, for every mile that let's say you're doing a running program, and every mile that you run, you need 1 more minute of sleep per night for that mile run that week. So if I'm running 25 miles in a week, I need to include 25 minutes per night of extra sleep beyond what my normal would be so that I can develop that recovery time. Now, the science behind that, we can talk about later. But the point is that we oftentimes need more sleep and rest as we push our bodies to further aggressive exercise regimens.